All right, let's talk about off-page SEO. We're going to tear up the old rulebook and dive into the new playbook. And hey, if you think this is still all about backlinks, you're definitely going to want to stick around for this.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Is your SEO strategy stuck in the past? I mean, are you still playing by rules from like nearly a decade ago?
Because if you are, you have to know, the game has totally changed. What used to work isn't just a little less effective. Honestly, in a lot of cases, it's pretty much irrelevant now.
Ari Tukai puts it so well here. The whole era of just chasing backlinks, it's over. That was the old playbook. Today we're breaking down the brand new one.
So, the first huge change is really a shift in how we think. We are moving away from this numbers game, just collecting links, to something way more meaningful, building genuine brand authority.
And this, right here, this lays out the before and after perfectly. The old goal, just get as many links as possible, chasing guest posts, getting into directories, you name it. The new goal is all about brand authority, earning real recognition, influence, and most importantly, trust. It's about becoming the credible source in your space.
And here's a really critical point from SEO lead Chloe Drake. You're not just building authority for your human audience anymore. You're also building it for AI systems. Getting cited as an expert, well, that sends a massive signal to both.
So, the big question is, how do you actually do it? Okay, let's get into part 1 of the new playbook, the real strategies for building up that digital authority.
It all kicks off with digital PR. And you can forget about those old-school press releases. This is about strategically showing off your expertise to earn high-quality mentions, which, in turn, give you those powerful authority signals.
Now, digital PR really has two sides. You've got your reactive PR, which is all about jumping on opportunities that are already out there, like responding to journalists on platforms like HARO. And then you have proactive PR, which is about creating your own opportunities, publishing incredible thought leadership, or getting yourself featured on podcasts to share what you know.
And the best part is, you probably already have all the raw materials you need for great digital PR. Andy Zenkovich points out that you can just leverage assets you already have. You got unique data? Turn it into a killer report. Have a useful internal tool. Hey, why not create a free version for your website? Is your founder a total expert? Get them out there doing interviews.
Okay, so where do you actually feature all this expertise? Well, Stella Morrison suggests you should focus on those super niche publications. That helps search engines understand exactly what you're an expert in. And as Eric Ritter notes, podcasts are an absolute goldmine. Every single interview is another chance for your expertise to get cited and indexed.
Okay, so building authority is step 1. Step 2 is just as important, community and connection. This is all about showing up where your audience already lives and breathes online.
So, just think about it for a second. Forget search engines for a minute. Where do your ideal customers actually hang out? Where do they ask questions and share ideas?
Chances are they're in places just like these. Facebook groups, like Michelle Jensen found, can be incredibly effective. Forums, like Quora and Reddit, and even those really specific Slack and Discord groups, that's where the real conversations are happening. Your goal is to be a valuable part of them.
And inside these communities, you're going to find micro-influencers. As Cassandra Gukwa points out, they are a super powerful and often overlooked resource. Teaming up with them can lead to some incredibly authentic mentions from a voice that your niche already trusts.
And hey, it's not all online, Communications Pro will notes that your offline activities matter too. Sponsoring a local event, or maybe forming a partnership, that stuff drives people to actually search for your brand by name. And let me tell you, that is a huge credibility signal for search engines.
Now for the final piece of this whole modern SEO puzzle. It's not enough to just be an authority. You have to structure your content so that AI can understand and cite you as one.
Andy Zenkovich makes such a key point here. You need to start thinking of your content not just as articles, but as a collection of referenceable points. AI is looking for clear, concise answers, stats, and definitions that it can pull directly into its results.
And there's even a name for this, a Fraggle. It's basically a short, really powerful chunk of text, maybe 50 to 150 words, that answers one single question perfectly. Think of them as these little bite-sized pieces of expertise that are just tailor-made for AI to find and feature.
So here's a quick checklist to make your content more AI-friendly. Start using Q&A formats. Add schema markup. That's just some code that helps AI understand your content. And always, always transcribe your audio and video. And, like Thron Tingstad advises, keep a close eye on your competitors to see where you can fill in the gaps.
Okay, I know that was a lot of theory, so let's bring it all together and make it super actionable. Here are your first 5 moves to put this new playbook into action, like right now.
Eric Ritter laid out this fantastic starting plan. First, nail the basics. Get that Google Business Profile optimized. Second, commit to that reactive PR, and just aim for 1 good media mention a month. Third, start pitching yourself to a couple of podcasts every month. Fourth, get listed on a relevant review site like G2 or Clutch. And finally, start creating that Q&A style Fraggle content. It's a clear, totally manageable roadmap.
And that really brings us to the final question, which is what this whole thing boils down to. In this new world that's so driven by authority and AI, are you building a brand that's a truly trusted source? Or are you just going to be another search result? The answer to that is going to define your future success.